books, because I didn't do well at school. All of my books are my favourite books. Each book I've read is an achievement. I can go to a bookshop and see my book. And if my book is at the back behind some other books, well, I just pull it out and I put it in the front. She's good. She does listen, but she likes to challenge. And, you know, with my son, sometimes I'll get a big, quite stern, a little bit, firm with him. I'll use a big voice. My son doesn't like it at all. My daughter, I'll say that with him. Now you do it right now, She giggled. When she was little, she giggled at me. She thought it was funny. She goes, "You're funny, Daddy." I'm not trying to be funny. You do as you're told. She thought it was great. And I was alone. I was a man alone with two babies. People used to say, "Man, Tim, you're so patient." That was until I had kids. I thought I was patient. But then when you got a baby here and another little one here, and then of course my son when he went to kindy and stuff like this, at kindy he would wipe his own bottom after the toilet. Would he wipe his own bottom at home? No! Daddy! Daddy! Go through the house. What? I said, "You're old enough, you wipe your own bottom." I want you to do it. I was very happy the day I didn't have to do nappies anymore. That was a good day. And writing went out the window. That's the thing with writing. As a writer, I get ideas all the time. So, like you, I would have paper all around and I'm writing ideas and getting ideas. Oh, forget that. I'm in the kitchen, I'm doing the dishes, and I'm thinking, "Oh, that's a good story." My mind's working with the voice behind me. "Daddy! Daddy!" The idea's gone, the story is gone. Where's the story? What do you want, child? What do you want? The story is gone. Yeah. Great. Kids, lovely. My favourite subject at school was writing. Maths, things like that. My mind just couldn't work on it because I was too worried about what was going on at home. Things were getting so serious at home, it was never safe. My dad would be at one end of the house yelling at my mum. My mother would be the other end yelling back. And they would be throwing things at each other. Plates, cups, glasses, whatever they could get in their hand. It was like that all the time. So maths didn't seem so important. I didn't know what was going to happen to me when I got home. It was pretty scary stuff. So sadly, I didn't pick up on the maths. In saying that, my two kids, really good at maths. So there you go. So it just didn't work out. Anyway, he wanted to fix some lights up the top. And we had a high roof, not this high, but it was a two-story house, and there were some lights right at the top. I was the one who always had to help him, which was a horrible job, because like I said, if he got angry, he would hit. I hadn't done anything, he would just hit. He brought the ladder inside. He stood the ladder up against the wall to fix the lights. He looks at me, hold the ladder. I'm underneath him, holding the ladder. My dad climbs up, gets to the top, starts working on the lights. My mum is in the kitchen. My mum comes out. She's wiping her hands on the tea towel. She stands across the room. She looks up at my dad. So she's standing behind my dad. My dad can't see it. She's standing behind my dad. So she's looking up at him. She looks at me. She looks up at him. She looks at me. And then she goes, I'm underneath. I'm holding the door. What? She goes, she's saying what? She's saying she's telling me to push the ladder over with my dad at the top. She wants me to push the ladder over and watch my dad go crashing to the ground. And she is serious. But I was more scared of my dad than I was of her, man. I'm not pushing the ladder. You come and push the ladder. I'm not pushing it. She wouldn't come and push it, of course. So she's there telling me to push the ladder. I'm there. My dad's up the top. He's feeling the ladder starting to shake because I'm there going. So he's going, you holding the ladder? Because he was scared of heights, you know, so I'm going like this. I didn't do well at school. I didn't do well at school at all. Actually, in high school, I got kicked out. You know, and sometimes now, get this, that high school that kicked me out has me come back as an author to talk to the students. That's the school that kicked me out. And I go into the room to talk to the students. They're all sitting there, and the teachers are there, all waiting for me to talk. And the first thing I say is, I got kicked out of this school. The kids all sit up. Oh, no, listen to this guy. And the teachers are, who got this guy in here? But that wasn't because I was a naughty kid at school. I wasn't really a naughty kid, believe it or not. I mean, I wasn't always doing the right thing, but I wasn't really a naughty kid. I was never a cheeky kid. I was never smart as a adult. I was always very respectful. But the thing was, at home, it wasn't so good. I didn't feel safe at home. I didn't feel safe at home. One year I was about 10, I had this teacher. I loved her. I was going to marry her. I was 10 years old, but that wasn't going to stop me. I was going to marry that woman. She was lovely and she was so nice to me. One day she came into the classroom and she said, boys, I'm sick of stories about war. I don't want to hear any more stories about tanks and guns. I've had enough. Give me something more. Girls, I don't care about lemonade rivers, marshmallow trees, or fairies. Give me something more. I looked at my teacher. So I set out to write her a story that would impress her, because I really wanted to impress her. I was going to marry her, for goodness sake, come on, mate. So I wrote her a story, a simple story about a man going for a walk in the park. So he went into this park and it talked about, that was it. Nothing else happened. It was his walk in the park and all the things that he saw. So the duck pond, and people feeding ducks, and families together, and the trees, and the birds. That was it. It was just a story about a man taking a walk in the park and all the different things that he saw. Terrible spelling, you know. This is a nice teacher. She's just not going to pick on me for that. So I handed the story. She read that story. She hears something. Now this is more like it, she says. She says, come with me, Timothy. So she took me by the hand. I mean, you know, I'll go anywhere with you, man. And she took me around the school to all the other classrooms, and my writing was shown as an example of good writing. I was someone who never did well at school. There were times I was hardly ever at school. And here was my writing being shown as an example of good writing. The spelling was terrible and all that sort of stuff. But man, I started to realise, wow, I've got some power here. So you can see who inspired my writing, can't you? It was teachers. I had some really golden, lovely, wonderful teachers who inspired me, who led me to believe that I was more than what was going on in my life.